Fight fans all over the world, it's Daddy P on the corner, in the corner, pimping. I mean boxing. My bad. Hey, y'all already know what it is. Triple G and Martirosyan. Listen, in this Cinco disaster, what y'all call it, man, look, y'all know what it was. Canelo and Triple G #2 was supposed to be on May 5th, but Canelo Alvarez got caught pissing hot from tainted meat. That's what he say. But hey, it had to be a little more than that. Pissing hot around here. Whatever happened, the fight is postponed. They say they in talks with it for the fall coming up, which, you know, hey, neither here nor there for May the 5th. But anyway, Triple G was really at odds with finding somebody to replace this May 5th date. So he chose a 154-pound gatekeeper, which, okay, look, I know a lot of people, I was on somebody else's channel, you know, making comments, and a lot of people jumped on me. I guess it was Triple G fanboys. But I'm going to tell you, I like Triple G. That's the bad thing. I like Triple G. And I think he is very good for the sport of boxing. He has, you know, he has charisma. He's coming to the American market and he's done well business-wise, you know. But I like him. He has some skills. You know, he does have some skills and he has some power. So I like the guy, man. I like to watch him box. But this is the thing about Triple G. Triple G is not getting any younger, and every fight he needs to work on his legacy. He will truly regret it when he retires if he does not. And a fight like this, I don't know if this was the best thing for his legacy. I feel like if it's a short notice, he still could have got a top 10 guy, even top 15 guy, man, that is ranked in the 160 pound rankings, you know, as a middleweight. You know, Hassan Endam is ranked top 10. You know, he'll be coming off a loss, but I mean, he's a 160 pounder with a decent enough name to say, okay, he's a formidable opponent, you know, last minute, okay. You know, but at least he's been campaigning at 160. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Jack Colkay is in the top 15, and one of them, I can't remember which one, WBA or WBC. One of them rankings he is. Now, he's coming from 154, but he's in the rankings. 160 pounds, top 15. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but you pick a guy that's 154. He's coming off a loss, and you know, he hadn't fought in 2 years. May the 21st will be 2 years the last he fought. Eris landed Lara and got beat. So you coming off almost a 2-year layoff, off a loss, and you jumping up in weight. I just don't know. Anyway, I'ma tell you like this, man. Y'all already know Triple G is 5'10.5" with a 70-inch reach. He is 37-0-1. He's coming off of a draw with Canelo, which was September of last year. Him and Canelo fought to a draw, which it was a pretty decent fight, man. Both guys, you know, got some shots in. Both guys gave each other a little respect, but down the stretch, you know, it was a pretty decent fight to me. I mean, anyway, I got to take my hat off to Canelo. I don't know if he was eating tainted meat back then or not, but he fought better than I thought he was going to fight, you know. Anyway, before the draw to Canelo, he fought in 17, also March of 17, to a unanimous decision over Daniel Jacobs. Now, these are two fights that he fought. One was a middleweight, who was a full-fledged middleweight, that has held a championship belt. It was a secondary belt, but Jacobs did hold a championship belt. He fought Canelo, who really, man, honestly, everybody know Canelo really is a 154 pounder, man. But he did come up in weight, and it was, I think that, I'm not saying that, he's not a worthy opponent, but he was coming up in weight as well. You know what I'm saying? Campaigning that he could campaign at 160 easily now. I ain't saying nothing like that, but it's almost the same type of effect, Sugar Ray Leonard coming up and fighting Hagler. You know what I'm saying? So, that was very respectable. You know what I'm saying? Respectable opponent in Canelo Alvarez, who was not undefeated. He had one loss, had a lot of momentum. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, something like that is fine. But his last two fights, when he fought opponents that were very worthy, it wasn't no knockout. He had a unanimous decision with Daniel Jacobs. Then he fought to a draw with Canelo. Now, some people say a controversial decision. Some people say Triple G should have won the fight. Some people say Canelo should have won the fight. I think it was a good fight. I would have scored it for Triple G. Hey, that's my opinion. However, I could see how people scored it for a draw. You know what I'm saying? With the type of close fight it was, you can't say robbery for the draw, and you couldn't say robbery if Triple G won or if Canelo won. It's a close fight. That's why I hate when people say robbery. Robbery is, man, where it was a landslide fight. You know what I'm saying? Like a 8-4 or better. You know what I'm saying? And it's called for the opposite person. That is a robbery. A robbery can't even be really a 7-5 fight. If a 7-5 fight is a close fight, you can't, go either way, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's not a robbery. But anyway, Canelo, so my point is, Canelo fought two back-to-back opponents that were worthy opponents, that was good fights for him, but he fought them, you know what I'm saying? They were close fights. So now it's like he stepped up in competition and the thing looked a little tighter. Before that, he was outclassing guys that were clearly not in his, on his level. You know what I'm saying? So, but big up to Triple G for taking on two back-to-back fights. He fought Daniel Jacobs, which was a real close fight, and he turned around and say, hey, I'm going to fight Canelo Alvarez. So, I mean, I give him kudos for that. The thing, and I understand that, short notice, he wanted a soft touch. You know what I'm saying? But he wanted to still keep this money in play because he wanted to come back and fight Canelo in the fall. Martirosyan. Now, I'm going to say this. Martirosyan is 5'11.5", 70-inch reach. That's Vanes Martirosyan. He is 36-3-1. Now, he was coming off of a loss against Erislandy Lara back in May of 2016. Very close to 2 years ago. Now, the thing about him, I'm going to tell you this. As 154, as a 154 pounder, Vanes Martirosyan is a good fighter. I got to say that. I think he matches up well with any of those 154 pounders. He proved it in fighting the top guys, but he lost to all of the top 154 pounders. They were close fights though. I'm gonna tell you now, Erislandy Lara beat him, outboxed him, whatever. He fought Jermell Charlo, which was a very close fight. Now that was a close fight when he fought Jermell Charlo. It was a good fight for both guys, but it was a close fight. Now, he also fought Demetrius Andrade and lost to Demetrius Andrade, which, hey, it was a good showing of himself. He was the first guy to drop Demetrius Andrade. He dropped him. He did drop him. So, Vanes Martirosyan, I'm not saying at all, 154 pounder. Hey, he is a good 154 pounder, man. To me, and I got to say that. I'm not trying to take a dump on Vanes Martirosyan. I'm not trying to do that. But the guy is 2 years removed from the sport, coming off of a loss in those almost 2 years. Now, I'm going to say this, since the loss to Demetrius Andrade, he did beat Willie Nelson. And then, since the loss to Jermell Charlo, he did beat Ishe Smith. Where he dropped Ishe Smith, but they say it was kind of, I ain't gonna say it's a controversial decision. The knockdown, probably is the difference in the fight, but you could say it's a close fight. I ain't gonna say it's a robbery, but he beat Ishe Smith. But man, he did lose to Erislandy Lara, and that was 2 years ago. So, which brings me to this, man. Vanes Martirosyan is a good 154-pounder that has matched up well against the top guys, but came up short. So, 2 years ago, he lost to one of the guys who was, at the time considered one of the top guys at 154, in Erislandy Lara, and but he ain't fought in 2 years. So, he's coming to Cinco de Mayo with Triple G on Saturday night. Listen, Triple G, I'm going to tell you this right here. I'm not going to do a prediction video. I might do a little video after the weigh-in or whatever. But I'm not doing a prediction video, man. I'm going to tell you right here on this video right here. A little preview, whatever. I will be hard-pressed to even fathom in my mind if Vanes Martirosyan can beat Triple G. Now, I guess what Triple G, his whole thing is going to be is that, if he knock him out, he'll be the first person to knock out Vanes Martirosyan. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but he better knock him out. He better knock him out. This is his legacy on the line, man. So Triple G, hey, you have challenged yourself your last 2 fights. I give that to you. I just feel like you should have fought a 160-pounder. Now, last minute, yeah, you didn't want to fight Derevyanchenko. Okay. I think he should have fought Andrade. I think that would have been a better matchup for him. Andrade, I guess he like, oh no, I don't want to fight. I ain't trained for no southpaw, all that. Okay, I understand that. This is the thing. Demetrius Andrade has not been as active as Triple G has been against opponents that are higher level. He did campaign at 160. He have fought at 160, but he have not, you know what I'm saying? He didn't really, to me, it wasn't a good showing of his, he should have knocked Alantez Fox out to me. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was coming up, whatever. He just haven't fought those high-level opponents at the weight division. So really, Triple G would have come in with a big advantage. It would have been an opportunity for him. A lot of people say he been criticized, man. Oh, he ain't fought no higher level, slick African-American boxers. This would have been his opportunity. And really, I think he could have caught Demetrius Andrade slipping. Demetrius Andrade did not look good against Jack Coquet. To me, he didn't look good against Jack Coquet. Alantez Fox, he did good against him, but really, he probably should have knocked the guy out, honestly. Anyway, I think Triple G, even not fighting any of those guys, man, if he would have fought a 160-pounder that has campaigned at the division, even a soft touch, I would have been very okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Vanes Martirosyan does not, what business does he have in the ring against Triple G on Cinco de Mayo, you know what I'm saying, to replace a fight the magnitude of him and Canelo Alvarez number 2. To me, it's a bad pick. Whoever handles Triple G, whoever made that decision, it was a bad decision. That was, to me, it was a bad decision. Now, with that being said, it's 2 guys getting in the ring. Triple G, high profile. Vanes Martirosyan is amongst boxing fans, starch boxing fans. He's a decent enough name, Vanes Martirosyan. Now, nobody ain't, the average Joe gonna say, who in the hell is Vanes Martirosyan? But, hey, so like I say, starch boxing fans know who Vanes Martirosyan is. But it's going down on Saturday night, Cinco de Mayo. I mean, it is boxing. I ain't gonna say I ain't boycotting none of that. Hey, I love the sport of boxing. I like to see boxing. So I'm watching the fight. Hey, I ain't gonna even trip. But I just feel like, man, this is, I guess that, Triple G wanted a fight where he could look good against somebody. And I'm gonna tell you this, Vanes Martirosyan is an awkward enough type of guy to give you some resistance though, So I guess that's what he wanted, somebody to look like he getting some resistance that he'll end up knocking out, something like Kell Brook. But the thing about Vanes Martirosyan is at least he is a 154 pounder. You know what I'm saying? Kell Brook was a welterweight, thinking that he could come up to 154, which he has come up. But back then, man, I'm gonna tell you, he ain't had no business in no ring with Triple G. And but now, hey, this guy say he ready. He say he got a blueprint. He say he feel good at this weight. Because he don't got to melt down to 154. So hey, I mean, hey, it could be, I guess, to say the least, an entertaining fight, I guess. But anyway, that's what's happening on Cinco de Mayo. But I'm gonna tell you this, ain't no use for no prediction video and all of that. I might do one after the weigh-in, just for just for the call. For the cause, I do one now probably. I ain't making no promises, but I just don't see where Triple G will have much problems. Now, Vanes Martirosyan, I believe he will land some good shots, but I believe that Triple G, once he get hit a couple times, if he don't respect Martirosyan power, he gonna walk right through the guy and knock him out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna get no, like I say, prediction, tell you what round and all that. I just, hey, what else he's supposed to do? That's what this fight is about, really. It's Triple G taking a soft touch so he can go in there and look good, have a little momentum swing going back in against Canelo. Bottom line, I know the sport of boxing, and if you follow it at all, that's what it is. And I just wish he would have did it against a 160 pounder, even if it was a soft touch at 160. Anyway, I ain't gonna keep rehashing this Daddy Pete on the corner, in the corner boxing. I will give you some highlights and updates throughout the night for the fight. This weekend, man, Cinco de Mayo, man, it's gonna be pretty good. Ryan Garcia fighting on Friday night, tomorrow night, which is a day before. But Ryan Garcia is a hot up and coming prospect, and hey, I like to see him fight. He been talking a little trash to Tank Davis, which Tank Davis a little out of your league, but I like to see young fighters that are ambitious and rambunctious and ready to get it down. That mean when he get a little older, he ain't gonna have no problem matching up. He better not talking all this trash he talking, but I like the young guy, and I wish him the best. So hey, yeah, that's gonna be another, a little something to watch, boxing this weekend. We got Tony Bellew and David Hay number 2. That's across the pond. So we got some decent boxing, man. So I'll give y'all some highlights throughout the night, updates and stuff. I can't go live, so on that Triple G fight, early round, I might give you some highlights. during the fight, and then come back and give you some highlights and some stats after the fight. This Daddy Pete on the corner, in the corner boxing. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified every time it's going down. Daddy P signing off.